Didn't think I'd be saying this ever, but don't you think the old days look pretty good compared to what we live in today? All the technology and all the social media. It gets a little tiring sometimes, doesn't it? I think we all should just sit back and enjoy the good things in our life.
At the age of 12, I was hospitalized and I had appendicitis at the time. I came out of hospital and I was a literal stick, like a stick to look at. I decided from that day, let's start lifting weights, let's start doing some push-ups. It made me feel really good inside and it supercharged me. Every morning I would wake up and I would feel great. I started eating fruits in the morning. I started going for runs. I started going to the park. It felt really nice to feel that power in me, that, oh my God, I have control of my life. And I think a lot of you want to experience the same feeling too. A lot of you guys are willing to see some change in your life. That's why you're here right now. I'm here to help. This course will be divided into 4 episodes. And these 4 episodes, I will explain everything you need to know about changing your life and making some new habits.
So this episode, aka episode 1, is supposed to be dedicated to the problem. Episode 2 is going to be talking about bad habits, how they're formed and what they are. Episode 3 is going to talk about good habits, what they are and how they're formed. And episode 4 is
That movie seemed a little bit random and those clips seemed a little out of order. It actually was to go to show how the world has changed today. Technology in itself, social media, Instagram, YouTube, all these platforms out there, all of them have been designed to ruin your attention span and ruin how you perceive the world. Majority of the people out there, and you know who I'm talking about, those people do not understand what social media is actually useful for. I think a lot of you need to change your habits to adapt to the times we're in today. Of course, it's very hard to get off Instagram. I mean, you feel bored? Let's hop on Instagram, let's watch some reels, let's scroll for hours and hours and hours without failure. We get notifications every day, we message our friends occasionally, send reels. I mean, at the end of the day, we've spent hours on our phone and we haven't even realized. Using your phone even for 3 hours every single day leads up to a bunch of time of your year actually wasted. I'm sure a lot of you already know this info, you're still not acting upon it. I don't blame you guys because the world is built to do this to you. Society has made it so that social media becomes a normalized thing that wastes your time in your daily life and makes it so that you're just stuck. So what's the best thing you can do? Well, first of all, you need to understand something. Why do we enjoy social media? Why do we enjoy Instagram and our YouTube videos so much? There's actually just one brain chemical responsible for this, and it's something known as dopamine. The only problem with dopamine is that today our dopamine receptors are actually they're all over the place. And they have been destroyed by the very thing known as social media. It makes sense because, you scroll on reels, you got 30 seconds. If you don't enjoy the reel, you can scroll up and you get to the next one. And that's another hit of dopamine. Scroll up to the next one. Oh, wow, this guy made $1 million on the net. That's crazy. Dopamine, again, it's a cycle. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the book Atomic Habits. If not, Atomic Habits is the one book I recommend anyone out there. It's the author of the book is James Clear. I recommend everyone out there to read that book before actually starting out building good habits in your life. And it's one book that has improved so many people's lives out there that I believe if you read, everything about what you perceive about your habits changes. So there was actually 2 tables given in the book, and both of these tables were related to how you can break a bad habit, and 2, how to create a good habit. If you understand these concepts, I promise you any habit you wish to implement into your life is going to be too easy to do. Now guys, I'm here today not to just yap about what bad habits are or to make you feel bad about what you're doing. I've been through the same thing as you guys, and I have worked on myself to a point where I'm able to build good habits for myself. And I actually have good habits in my life now, which I cherish and I value a lot. If you're here to follow me through the entire course, I will be able to shape your habits so that you actually understand how your brain works. I will explain everything you need to know about your brain and everything you need to know about the psychology of building and breaking bad and good habits. I promise you, at the end of this, you'll be a brand new person.